Miss Renee. Oh yeah, we gonna do it here. Right here in Listen Vision, y'all. Oh yeah, Miss Renee. I like how you sing it. Girl, I like how you sing it now. And where we at now? Miss Renee Show.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, and hello. Welcome to the Renee Allen and Friends Show on WLVS, the largest online radio broadcast in the United States. We're right across from Howard University, HU, you know, and it's a wonderful evening. It's raining, but it's also wonderful here in the DC metro area. So thanks again for tuning in. We're going to start right off with someone who's on the line all the way from Memphis, Tennessee. Hello, hello, hello. It's Gina Neely.
Hello, Miss Renee. Thank you for having me.
Hey, beautiful. I am so glad you made time to come on after that stellar performance you gave at Inspired by Love. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. And honestly, you guys inspired me. So there was no way I was going to turn this opportunity down.
Oh, my goodness. Well, you know, she's talking about everyone out there, the Inspired by Love by Dr. Dawn Harvey, who is a dear friend to the show and a dear friend of mine. And the keynote speaker for that fabulous event was none other than Gina Neely. So, so tell us how you felt about it. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with you.
Well, I think for the Inspired by Love, I talked just a little bit briefly about that because I think, first off, it's an awesome idea to get 6 women together to tell their perspective on how they see love and how it inspires them. That was a great idea. And it reminded me of an original author, J. California Cooper, who does a lot of short stories like this. So I love when you can bring women together and talk about what inspires them, because what moves one may not move another, and how you can touch one, you can touch another.
Yes, ma'am.
So I think that was a great concept. And I just felt the love in the room. And it's always, a blessing when women can come together. My thing has always been when one woman wins, we all win.
Yes.
Competition. I'm only competing with myself to be my best self. I'm not competing with the woman beside me. I'm here to lift her up. And I always tell people, if you need to ever straighten somebody's crown, pull her to the side and straighten her crown, but don't rock her crown out in public.
Come on now.
The crown needs to be tilted a little bit, but pull her to the side and do it. There's a decorum to that. It's a correction.
Yes. Well, I loved you. It was the first time I watched you on the Food Network. And let's talk about that for a little bit, because you went 7 seasons, the #1, right, to date, right?
Yeah, it was on 8 seasons. It was the highest rated show ever in Food Network history.
Woo! Yes, ma'am. Well, I watched you.
And that's still a blessing. That's a blessing. That is an accomplishment. Oftentimes it's hard for us to sort of pat ourselves or say it's okay to, applaud yourself, because without coming off vain. And I certainly don't want to sound like that. But at the end of the day, it's an accomplishment that I'm very proud of.
Yes, well, you ought to be, because everyone, including me and my family, watched you every episode. I mean, I learned how to cook a few things from you, and the drinks and everything. You were just fabulous, and I really am looking forward to everything that you're getting ready to do with food.
Yeah, and hopefully it was the cooking. I always try to incorporate a family story, a life lesson. So it's really about food, family, and fun, and bringing those things together, especially in the African-American family. We're all about how we always migrate to the kitchen to have a conversation, something about the kitchen. Yeah. And that's really how it sort of came about. But, and I always tell people, even though it didn't end in the way that I would have liked for it to, that does not mean that it diminishes what it was set out to do.
Come on now. Yes, ma'am. Well, you're such an inspiration, and you touched on that a little bit at Inspired by Love. Would you be so kind to just give something to the women that are listening now and who will be listening via the tape in the future about going through the valley of divorce?
Yes. And it's definitely a valley. Let's be clear about that.
Yes, ma'am. I know.
But here's the thing, we can't always judge who's going to be with us. Will they always love us? I spent 24 years with this man, and he is an absolute great father. I would never, ever take that from him. I just think there were some things that were lacked on the husband side. And I also think that when you decide to work with your partner, you have to sort of create boundaries and create, and you should do that anyway in life and with whoever you work with.
Yes, ma'am.
Create boundaries and then create a time for yourself as an individual. I think for me, we were always together all the time, and people got that perception that, I came out very mean. But I think Southern women are very direct. I don't think we're mean, but we're just very clear and firm in what we believe and what we want to say.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So a lot of times I was kind of accused for that, but for the most part, I mean, we had a great life together. I wish him well. I mean, I hope he wishes me well, and then if
Yes,
he
he
doesn't,
does.
it's still gonna be well.
Yeah.
There's a higher power when you move past that. But just basically just taking it a day at a time and basically surrendering to your emotions. Because once you can clear the air and clear the vine of that, then you can let God come in and use you, and you can push through and do your full work.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I don't know who was watching or what show they were watching. You never came across mean to me. It was always warm and fuzzy and loving. So,
Well, that social media was a hot mess during my era.
yes, girl,
Is now, but it was really just like taking off during that time, and I really had got to a point where I wouldn't even read the comments. And remember my producer telling me that don't ever read the blogs, don't ever read that, because it would get into your spirit. Because for every one thing, just think about it. For if 10,000 people say, "Oh my God, you are amazing. I think you're wonderful. I think you're doing the great work," but that one person would say, "I can't stand you. You make me sick." The mind automatically is going to remember that one negative.
Yeah.
So I never wanted that negative in my spirit. So, but now on any of my social media handles, I talk to everybody. I talk back. I clap back. I tell you if you're wrong. I tell you if you're right. I tell you where you need to get yourself to, honey.
Yes.
You need to gather yourself, honey. You're on the wrong track.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Well, you are so genuine. So when I met you and had a few minutes to speak with you and through Dr. Dawn Harvey, I was amazed at just how you had just flown in. So much going on. You had your children, I think, were there, right?
No, just my sister. My sister lives in the.
Okay, yeah.
My girls are 23 and 29, but they don't live here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I just thought you were just fabulous. And let's talk about, speaking of fabulous, your line with the candles and all of that. Let's talk about that and how they can get that.
I gotta do a quick skip away. No, because this candle, this whole line for me was really like therapeutic for me. It was a time when I was just kind of quiet and down. And I have a love for candles. Candles has a way of bringing like serenity and peace to me. And it encourages me to be still. But I'm all about my sense. And I remember working with this company, and this man was so mad at me. He was like, "Girl, if you ask for another sample, I'm going to kill you." I said, "It must be right. If I don't love it, how can I sell it if I don't love it?"
That's true.
So I created this candle. It's called, the candle is just Gina.
I love it.
It has a soft bourbon mandarin with the vanilla, and I think the bourbon, the softness of the bourbon, or like the weight of a bourbon. Mandarin is sort of citrusy, and vanilla is smooth. So you put all of those together, and you get this beautiful scent. It comes in a black candle also, and I love the fact that I wanted my soy to be gray, like the logo.
Yes.
And it feels, you can wipe your hands with it, and it kind of coat your hands like a lotion. Love, 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 love. I love this. And then my body spray.
Yes.
Yes. Did you smell it?
Yes, I did. It was heavenly.
It's lily white tea with just a few little ginger notes. And what's so ironic about it was when I started testing it, most men liked it.
So unisex.
It's unisex. I mean, and I spray it in my house. Sometimes I just spray it in my house.
Yeah.
Or if I go into a hotel room, I'll spray it. Because when I travel, I like to bring a little me from home so I can feel like I'm at home and
Yes, girl.
comfortable in my vibe, my spirit.
I
So
smell it.
I'll travel with that, and so far it's doing very well. It's 2 for if you buy both as a combo set. Of course, it's 2 for $50. One is $30 each, and then you can go on my website at ginaneely.com and get it. But I would encourage every woman to try it out. I'm telling you, I'm not telling you this just because I want you to buy it.
No, it is beautiful. It smells so light.
And remember, you don't even have to light it to smell it. You can smell it through the box. I had a lady say, "What is that in your purse?" I said, "It's a candle." Oh, God.
Yeah, it smells so good. And one of my friends, she actually purchased some for me right on the spot.
Yeah.
So I know it's coming soon. I can't wait to fill my home with that aroma. Yes, ma'am.
Really know that about me, that I love home, I love fashion, I love to decorate. I did like most of my house like interior and things like that. But I want to increase my line. I'm going to add like teapots to it,
Oh,
like
yes.
we always say what's the tea, and have a little necklace like with a little
Ooh,
teapot.
yes.
So, just little things like that just kind of remind you, and little things where you have like a little bracelet that says blessed, feel beautiful today. Just anything that can encourage you, because we often wake up sometimes and just don't feel it. I mean, it's been a rough week for me because my brother has been in surgery for it's been 2 weeks, and he literally has had 4 surgeries. So
Oh, my
it's been a
God.
very, very trying time for me. But I come home and burn my candle, I get in my zone, and I'm telling you, it just relaxes my soul. And I just ask God to remove anything from me, and just pray for people who are all up there just sick.
Yes,
Just pray for everyone.
yes. Yeah. Well, I need some of that now because my mother is not doing well and my son. So, we all need some of them candles, okay? Some Just
Okay,
Gina.
go right on the website and order it up, and I'll be happy to send it right to you
Yes,
with a little
ma'am.
note. And I also will send you a little band that says, "You can't heal what you won't reveal."
Ooh, I didn't see that. Woo.
Yeah,
Come on
I
now.
know. Yeah. You can't heal what you won't
Yes,
reveal.
ma'am. Well, look, we have both someone who's very dear to you and I who is joining me here for the rest of your time, because I know you have to go momentarily, but it's none other than Dr. Dawn Harvey. Come on now.
Hey, you done?
What's up, pretty lady?
How are you?
I'm good. You look great, as always.
Yes, yeah. Oh, and then
As
yeah.
always.
So just so y'all.
She is such my biggest fan.
I
Like,
know. Well,
literally.
yes, she is, and I'm her, and I'm your second since I've met you. I mean, I didn't I tell you?
I started
Yes.
Gina Neely fan club.
Yeah, we have to start a
We
fan
need to do
club.
that. We would have a lot of members right away.
Yeah, yeah, especially everyone that was there for Inspired by Love. Yeah,
It was, just the feedback that we've been getting, it has not stopped.
yeah, yeah,
They just
That's
loved
so
you.
beautiful.
yeah.
But anytime you can come and be transparent and share, and whether you help or whether you maybe jolt a memory in somebody, or maybe you can impact them in any kind of way, it's always a blessing.
Yes, ma'am. Well, you're a blessing in my life now through Dr. Dawn Harvey, and you have certainly been a blessing to me in bringing
amen.
everyone to hear this fabulous woman.
Awesome.
Yeah. So so tell us what's next for you.
So what's next for me is I have a couple of projects. One I can't really talk about. Don't you hate when people say that? Like,
We
I can't really
can't.
talk about it. I know.
Yeah.
But hopefully, well, my book will be out in November. This is my life. These are my rules. And this will not be a bash me book. This will be a book on how to shift through life when life kind of throws you a rough ball.
Come on now.
It's not going to be a book about, I'm not about that ministry. We moved past that. Now I want to, show people when rough times happen, how to shift through them in a ladylike way, in a classy manner, and without
Yes.
demeaning anyone.
Absolutely.
Because I
Yes.
believe in that karma will come back to you. Karma has no deadline. And
Yeah.
I don't fool with that karma.
Yeah. If you look at my Facebook, I said Carmen done missed a few people. I guess it's coming back again.
Let me tell you something, Miss Renee. Just be patient. When you least expect, you're going to be like, oh, that was karma.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I like she said, "Ow." Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
somebody be like,
Yeah,
Miss
let's
Gina.
get it now.
Miss Gina.
man, stop
Yeah.
looking, wink. That was karma, honey. Yeah.
We need to have you in the studio next time.
Anytime. I love, you know what? Y'all playing, but I really, really, really enjoyed Mary. I mean, I'm gonna have to consider like looking at some property there, because honey, I don't,
Do you
it's
see the
just
space?
interesting. Let me tell you, I felt the love in that hotel, baby.
Yes,
that hotel
ma'am.
the hotel was giving me fever, baby. They
Yeah.
was beautiful, Gina.
They took excellent care of her.
Yes, yes. So is there any, first of all, how do they get a hold of you? Everyone who wants the candles, wants to have you for a speaker. I know.
The candles are here.
Oh, the candles are here. Oh, and she did show us. Oh,
Yeah.
she has the
Oh,
stuff
Don
here.
Robinson Street. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you can go on my website at ginaneely.com, and I'll be happy to send them to you. And you'll also get the little bracelet that says you can't hear what you can't reveal. You can go to any of my social media handlers, Gina Neely, official Gina Neely Facebook. I'm on Twitter, The Real Gina Neely, Instagram, Gina Neely. You can inbox me if you're going to be nice, and if you're not, you will be clapped back on. So be
That's
ready for
right,
that.
right. Clap, clap, clap.
so
Right. Be
serious.
nice.
She's so serious.
Clap, clap.
Come on, let's
Yes.
clap with it. Let's clap with it. Clap, clap, clap. Come on, we go.
At the end of the day, people think because you're a public figure that they can just say anything to you, but we're going to have decorum up in here. We don't do that.
That's right. We don't do that. Yeah.
How to preach it.
Well, give us some last tips or your final word on just women in general and some advice that you would give women, because so many women are broken. The jealous word is so prevalent, unfortunately, and we just need some words from you. Someone who's come out that valley in Phoenix to inspire some women.
I would probably have to say, and it's hard to really speak to people as a whole because everyone sort of walks in their own journey. And then everybody has to be ready to receive their truth.
Yes.
You know, they can know what it is, but are we ready to truly receive it and open to
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So for that, I say, when I say surrender yourself, whatever it is, if you need to fall down in the floor, kick, scratch, snatch your wig off, pull your edges back, all the emotions of that, because until you can sort of release and feel that, you're going to stay stuck. And no one wants to stay stuck. Don't give anyone that power to keep you in a place where you don't have to be.
Come on now. That's really
Yeah,
good.
so release that and let God just kind of guide you. And if it doesn't feel right in your gut, I tell you, my gut has become so prevalent for me now. If I do this, like if I look at you like this, I'm
scratching her head or her neck.
God knows my body language. And when I just kind of, if my stomach is just kind of twinkling, I really try to listen to that now. There's that little small voice that I wish I'd heard a long, long time ago.
Oh, that's good.
So busy and so loud and just ripping and running. But if you just be still and quiet.
Yes, ma'am.
And sit in that seat and sit in that thing, you hear it. And when you hear it, be ready to do something about it and be ready to hear it. Because you might not be ready for that blessing.
Yes, ma'am.
God has something you're not ready for. Because when he give it to you, when he throw it at you, you better be ready for it. Because he's going to throw it hard. I'm here to catch the ball, though.
Have that catcher's mitt.
Catch the ball. Baby, I'm going to bring a 3-court down the court full flat.
I know you are. Thank you so much.
Great talking to you. Guys, I wish I was there so we can hang out really.
Next time, but we don't want to let you go, but we're going to let you go so you'll come back again.
We'll be back. I know, and I think it's raining. I hope this event is outside so I can say, oh, it was raining, child. I couldn't make it.
Yeah.
It's inside.
It's raining here too, but we love you. We love you. We love you.
Well, you know what rain does? It just feeds the dreams. It keeps them flowing.
Oh,
Right.
yes, ma'am. Keep feeding those dreams,
Hey, I like
Gina.
that bell to keep.
Yeah, yes, girl.
I'm like that bell. I love that.
God
guys
bless
take care.
you.
It's a pleasure. Always my pleasure to speak. Always my pleasure to encourage.
Yes.
Always my pleasure to love on. Always my pleasure to just uplift and just to create a smile.
Well, you have us all smiling, Diva.
Thank you. Thank you.
Talk
Bye,
to you
Jessica.
soon. Oh, he said bye to Jacob, my right hand. Bye, Gina Neely.
All right, take care. Kiss. Just Gina.
Just
Bye.
Gina. Oh, yes.
She's so
Look,
awesome.
and thank you, because you and I worked with you to get her here, of course, being her manager.
Right.
And, of course, being my friend for how many years?
Over 15.
Oh, my goodness. God is so good. God
2002.
is so good. Yes, ma'am.
Can you believe you look
No.
so young?
Girl, you know how we do. Black don't crack, and you got to take care of the little slivers here and there.
Yes, you got to just keep that thing together.
Yes, ma'am. But you look great too, and you're always reinventing, always inspiring women. The books. I mean, I still have to get my book out, right? But no why before it's time.
Yes, it's you all put pressure on her. Apply pressure. She has a bestseller
I got
in her
enough
belly.
pressure
I'm
on me
telling
right
you.
now.
So she needs to get that out.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, I love you so much. And since you're here, I just want. I mean, you're a friend to the show, and everyone loves you.
I love them
And
too.
just give them a little bit of bite, a little bit of love to last them for the rest of the week.
I would probably say that I am from and I don't tell this story to brag or boast or anything like that. It's really to give hope for people who are doing great. You can do greater. For people who aren't doing as well as they'd like, you can do better. And I absolutely started at the beginning of nowhere, and I am a testament that God can take you from nowhere to somewhere. And to start out from a family of very humble beginnings to be able to build your own business and live your dreams. I've been self-employed for 16 years and have not had a W-2 and a regular paycheck in 16 years. Glory
Come
to
on
God.
now, glory.
But God has really just blessed me and my family. And so I would just tell the person who's trying to figure out what's next to just keep getting better. The one thing that I do consistently is work on myself. Yes. I work on myself more than I research businesses, more than I do planning. I work on myself the most because I can research all these things. I can put all these tools in place. I can get incorporated. I can get an LLC. I can all of those things. But if you haven't worked on yourself, you won't maintain anything.
Come on now.
You won't be able to maintain a relationship. You won't be able to maintain your business. You won't be able to maintain your spiritual walk. So go to work on yourself. Take accountability for the things that are happening in your life. And if other people are having a negative impact on your life, then it's your responsibility to stop the impact.
Ooh, say that again.
Somebody has to stop the bleeding. And so I think sometimes we let things go too far. And so the only thing I want to go far right now is you.
Woo!
So if you would just work on yourself and put some boundaries up, we call it a perimeter. We have an organization that's 13 years old in February called Embrace Your Greatness.
Yes, ma'am.
And we call it having a perimeter around you. And when things start changing around you, you need to check your perimeter and see who's changed and adjust to that. So I would say go to work on yourself. Be very diligent about your own growth.
Yes.
And be intentional about you. You've poured into everyone else, your children, your family, your friends, other people's businesses. This is your time.
Yes,
this is your season. Go to work for you. Make an investment in you.
Yes. You see why we all love her? My
Aw.
God. Woo! Yes, indeed.
Awesome,
Well,
awesome.
I love you, love you, love you, love
too.
you. And you have to come back again. You have so much going on.
Oh,
We got to
yeah,
do a
it's-
whole show just on
It's
you.
so crazy. But it's a good crazy because
Yes.
I went to work on myself and I developed in areas. And I'm going to tell you this. I did not make opportunities happen. I'm not so great that things just fell in my lap. I was prepared when they came. I was prepared. I wasn't even going into management, so I thought. And now not only do I have Gina, but I have several other clients.
Come
I actually
on
turned
now.
a client down yesterday. They ain't really happy with me, but it is what it is. So, but I was prepared. I was prepared because I failed. I've messed some things up. I knew what roads not to go down again. I didn't just sprout up and get everything
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
I feel like Amazon. When you first started getting your boxes from Amazon, they were tore up, they were raggedy, they were late, the products were cheap. And now he owns everything. He owns
He's the
Whole
richest
Foods.
man
He
in the
owns-
world.
He owns everything. And
Yeah.
so you have to keep going even if you make mistakes. You have to keep going. A lot of times we'll make a mistake and say, oh, this is not the business for me. No, revamp how you're
Come
doing
on
it.
now.
Take some evaluation on who your partner is. Maybe that's not your partner. Keep going because if you keep starting everything, you'll never finish anything.
Girl.
And so we want you to finish. We want you to finish.
We want you to finish. Well, I don't
want
want
you
you
to
to
finish.
finish, but we do want to finish.
yeah.
But Dr. Dawn Harvey, Dr. Dawn M. Harvey, thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
I
You're
love
so
you so
welcome.
much.
I love you too.
I wish
Thank
you the
for your
best. Thank you for
time.
pouring into me and the audience and the studio. And we'll be right back. I think we have Silver Logan Sharp from the CD, The Groovement, and then we'll be back with Speak English 5. You don't want to miss it.
Don't want to miss it. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh my gosh, traffic was so bad in that.
Well, it's not far down to paradise. At least it's not for me. But the wind is right, we can sail away. Find tranquility. Oh, the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Believe me. It's not far to Never Land. No reason to pretend that if the wind is right, we can find the joy of innocence again. Oh, the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Believe me. Sailing takes me away to where I've always heard it could be. Dreaming the wind to carry me. Soon I will symphony. Won't you believe me? Sailing takes me away to where I've always heard it could be. Dreaming the wind to carry me. Soon I will be free. Come on and play. All right now. Hey, yeah. I want you to rock me in the midnight hour. Hold me in the midnight hour. Love me in the midnight hour. Hold me, sailing. Come on, sailing. Oh yeah, sailing. Oh yeah, come on now, sailing. Sing it to me, say sailing. Oh yes, it's sailing. I want you to go. Come on and go with me. Sailing. Oh yeah. Sailing takes me away to where
Yes, welcome back to the Renee Allen and Friends show here on WLVS Radio, the largest online radio broadcast in the United States. We have friends, family to the show. Gisette Lane English of Speak English 5. Come on now. And of course, I'm going to allow her to introduce the rest, her lovely daughter and the beautiful ladies to her left.
Okay, so we have my beautiful daughter, Ajay English. We have my beautiful sister friend, Tatiana Moulton, and my other beautiful sister friend, Charlotta Whitney.
Well, listen, I just want y'all to go down and just say a little bit about yourself. I know that this is your 4th year, right?
Yep.
And so I just want they know you, but I want the ones that are tuning in that don't know her to just say a little bit about yourselves.
Okay, I'm Gisette Lane English, CEO of Speak English 5. We are an organization that highlights women inside professional sports. We share all their wonderful stories and everything that no one knows about, from philanthropy to business to raising their kids, just all kinds of things. We just highlight women inside professional sports.
Yes.
I'm Ajay English, and I'm the CFO and the advocate for millennials for Speak English 5. I also contribute to highlighting women inside professional sports, but I, as a millennial, try to highlight their kids, their sons, their daughters, anyone that's a millennial that has something to say about a business, they're an entrepreneur, and all types of things.
Yes.
Yes, and my name is Tatiana Moulton, and I'm just thrilled to be here with these beautiful, powerful, incredible, inspirational women. I am the CEO of Capital Collective, which is a marketing and public relations firm, as well as the CEO of Nations Fight Meet, which is a professional boxing event series showcasing premier boxing and entertainment here in the nation's capital. And what we like to specialize in is showcasing dynamic, powerful women in sports, especially on our boxing stage. We showcase incredible, strong women's champions in professional boxing. And on the marketing and PR side, I work with a variety of incredible women talent across entertainment, and recording, artistry, and just across all spectrums of entertainment. So I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
And last but not least,
That's right.
I am Charlotta Whitney. I am the wife of NBA retired Washington Wizards player Chris Whitney. I am also a 25-year plus educator in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area, and I specialize in behavior. So I'm out here working with students and teachers trying to help youth to get acclimated to society and behavior and all the aspects of life that affect them daily inside of their homes, outside of their homes, on social media, and everywhere else. So I am glad to be here. Thank you for having me, and I look forward to the collaboration.
Great. Yes, well, welcome, ladies, welcome. And Gisette, I want to just really start and end with you because this is your big baby. This is your baby, right?
Yeah, and my daughters.
Yes, of course. Let me see if I can say Ajay. Listen, tell us how this got started, and how it's been the last 3.5 years, and really what you want to see it going forward.
Well, we started off with a sports column, like I said earlier, highlighting women. And from that, we took our interviews that we accumulated over the years, interviewing women inside pro sports, and we wrote a book. And we published a book.
Yes, Whips.
Whips Unscripted.
You
and we
can purchase Whips on Amazon and
Tell me what Whips means.
Whips means Women Inside Professional Sports
there it is.
Unscripted.
Come on now.
And so we also decided that we needed to have a platform for the women to come together and unite and offer their talents and their gifts and showcase their businesses.
Yes,
so that's how we created the Synergy Conference. And this year it's Synergy 4, so we're coming up on the 4th year here in Washington, D.C. every year, and it's always a great event and successful, and we are able to network and come together and strategize on how we can go back to our communities and handle our business.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, about the millennials, let's talk to you.
Yes.
I know there's a millennial panel, right?
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about that and what the millennials are now thinking as far as moving ahead, career-wise, family-wise, business-wise?
We decided to have a millennial panel because we feel like they are a big influence in today in business and entrepreneurship and things like that. And so again, this is our 4th year for Synergy. After the first year, I was inducted into the Hall of Fame by Morgan Stanley.
That's a big deal.
The Next Generation of Leaders Hall of Fame for the work that I was doing with Speak English 5. So we created Socials with Espresso, which is the subsidiary of Speak English 5, strictly for millennials. It gave them the opportunity to network all over an espresso, to swap business cards and connect with one another and build different partnerships and relationships. So we decided that we would kind of segue into having a panel at Synergy 4 for millennials because of that, just because we have a pretty huge millennial following. So with the panel that we plan to have, we are probably going to discuss just different business opportunities and how, and our book and how, what is it? How do I explain? I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain it. We're going to take topics from our book, Whips Unscripted, and we're going to
Apply those topics.
Exactly, to millennials.
Yeah.
Well, any way you say it would have been the best way.
Let's get that straight.
And I just wanted to chime in to thank you for being the MC for the symposium and the moderator for the 2 panel discussions that we're going to have. Because we're going to have one for our era and for millennials.
Yes, ma'am.
And I want to thank you two for coming aboard as co-chairs for the conference.
And I want to say, yes, and last year is when I saw you and your husband, right? And you tell us your part I know you're chair, but last year you had I think you had a boxer here, right?
I did, yes.
Yeah. So are we doing that this year?
She'll be there. The heavy hitter. The heavy hitting diva.
Well, give us.
Oh, yes.
Let's
She'll
give
be
her
there.
30 seconds. So give her a little bit about what's going on with that.
Absolutely. So yes, last year we were speakers on the
Right.
panel, and it was just so just incredible to be amongst such super women, across all industries of entertainment and sports and business and entrepreneurship. And this year we have some exciting news that Franchon Cruz Dezern will be sharing, which is she's now the WBC champion of the world.
Come on, man. Let's give her a 1-2. Oh, I almost fell on her. Let's give her a 1-2. Come on.
Right.
Shout out to heavy hitting
I almost had a
diva.
TKO.
Yeah, so shout out the heavy hitting diva. She will be at the conference this year and sharing her experience and on her journey to the top, and what it's like to be a professional boxer in an industry, of course, dominated by males.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's oftentimes an experience that we experience as women in different walks of life and industries. So I think it's important to have this dialogue, and that we empower each other, and we talk about these strategies and ways that we uplift and empower each other as sisters, and really work towards advancing this women's empowerment movement.
Yes, ma'am.
Which I think is what Synergy is all about.
Yep.
So
Yes,
it's truly
it
an
is.
honor.
Yep. And I just wanted to remind everyone that although we are a basketball family, Speak English 5 is for women in sports in all areas, from the NBA, the NFL, the MLB, for boxing, anyone
That's
that's any
incredible.
sport, tennis, golf. We have a network that covers all those different areas. So.
I'm going to come back to that in the book. But Charlotta, my mother's name is Charlotte, so I had to make sure I said Charlotta.
Wait, your mother's name is
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
But you're
Okay,
Charlotta.
Charlotta.
Charlotta. Oh,
Yeah.
Charlotta, everybody. I love it. I want to ask you, this is your first year being chair, right?
Yes.
So tell us the experience working with Synergy, and the Speak English 5 and the ladies. What have you gotten out of it?
Oh, well, I've gotten a lot actually, because I'm married after the league. So I did not have the experience of knowing women in the league, or having that camaraderie. So actually today I started reading my book today. So I got initiated. So it opened a lot of things for me, because I've never experienced that side of it. Wow. Just, I knew my husband. I had a child with my husband while he was in the league, but I didn't get into the league.
Right.
And then when we got married, he went back in after being out of retirement for 4 years. He went back into the league on the working side. So it was a different experience for me. But this I'm so excited. I feel like I found a group.
Yes.
A group that I belong to, but I didn't think I belonged to, but I now see what's the word? I now see what it'll do to help me.
Yes. Yes.
And that's actually really nice to hear,
It is.
because that's why we started Speaking
Yeah.
English 5.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of women, even women that were participating in what was going on in the league, that were doing so many positive things in their communities that no one knew about.
Right.
And back to, being in a male-dominated, industry, that was another reason why no one was shedding positive light on what they were doing. So that's really nice to hear, because it feels like it came full circle.
It was wonderful.
And you got all that from Whips Unscripted?
All that, oh my God. While I was on my lunch break today, and I mean, it's just like, can I get another 30 minutes for my lunch break? You know how you try to fight your way to stay away from things, from what you see or whatever. And I just said, oh, that's not for me. I'm from the city. I have enough friends.
Right.
But my friends don't really relate
Exactly.
to what I'm going through.
Yep.
And I didn't think that I had to be bothered with that because I got married after the leave.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, it doesn't affect me.
Right.
You know, we're going on with regular life. But it really does.
Oh, that's a whole nother story, girl. Afterward, that's a whole nother.
Oh, that's a nice segue into
That's
this
another
book, since we
book.
only have a few more minutes. So let me talk. And I want to say for the record, I love these ladies. This is my favorite here.
And
Let me
we
tell
love you.
Look, Giselle from minute one. I have to give Karen Marie Austin a little shout out because she brought me to the first one, and we were like inseparable ever since, right?
Yes.
But I love these like-minded women, and we're going to talk about the book for a few minutes, Whips, because what I love about it is that it talks about the reality, not the reality shows. It talks
Right,
about the
yeah.
pure reality of different, families and experiences. So let's talk about the book for a minute.
Well, I just want to say that we love each other. What you see on TV, that's not my friends. That's not the women I know. We don't treat each other that way. So we genuinely care and support and love each other. It's not all that bottle throwing, drink throwing, all that backbiting, gossip.
Come on
We just
now.
don't. That's not how we conduct
That's
ourselves.
not a friend anyway.
So I hope that that's the message that you get when you read the book, that there's a sense of sisterhood and family. You know, we look at each other as family in this industry, you know. And then we have our extended family like you and
Thank
other people
you,
that
yes.
love and support us, and that we can go to for mentorship if we need it.
Right.
So that's what we try to to write about and let everyone know that we are a sisterhood. And then to share the intimate stories that are going on behind the scenes, and just tell the truth. And it's unscripted because it's not scripted.
Right.
Like the reality shows are scripted. It's
Right.
not. There's no script.
I love it.
What you read is authentic material from these women, and they poured their hearts out, and they were honest about it. And they even when we interviewed them, we would ask if we got deep. So if there's anything that you don't want us to put in print, we will not put it in print. And they were all like, just go ahead. I mean, I told the truth. So that's been pretty much what the
That
book
says a
is.
lot about your heart for
Right.
people to give up that information so freely because they trust you, right?
Right.
So let's talk about, and let's talk, if you buy the book, and where can they buy the book?
On Amazon.com and Barnes & Noble.
Yeah. Now, I heard that if they have the book, or maybe a purchase, proof of purchase, they can get into the
Panel
second-
discussion, yes. The
Yes.
panel discussion, well, let's start. November 1st is a symposium and the awards presentation.
Yes.
And it's right here in D.C. at the Kimball Showroom
Yes.
on Connecticut Avenue.
Oh, I think we have the flyer too,
Okay.
Jacob. Yeah.
And the second day, November the 2nd, is a panel discussion. And if you purchase a book, you can get into the panel
That's
discussion
awesome.
for free.
Yeah.
If not, there's a fee, just $35, but you can get in
That's awesome.
for free with
Yeah.
the book. And then we're going to walk on November the 3rd to push people to go out and vote, to clean up this
Come on now.
Clean up this
yes, clean up
swamp.
this
Yeah.
mess.
drain the swamp, as he said. We want to drain this swamp now. So we have a walk scheduled for the 3rd downtown DC to
I love it.
encourage people to vote.
Yeah, and I heard you had a partner with that. With
Yes,
the walk, right?
Women's Wings is who we're working with for the
Beautiful,
walk.
beautiful. We have the flyers either under Speak English or under Synergy, and it's blue. And we need to see that because you have for just $75 for the symposium, which
Yes.
is so undercharged. I mean, you should charge
Name the
$200. And you have all the wonderful people
Yeah.
that people usually would not even be able to network or talk
Right.
to.
Absolutely.
And then you have for $35,
Yep,
which
with
is
the
right
power
there. Right,
panel.
yes.
Uh-huh.
And not to mention, if you have the book, it's for free. Come on now.
Right.
And then I mean, this, ladies, the followers of the Renee Allen and Friends show, and people that will see this when it's taped and out on YouTube, please support these two women here and the chairs. They have done so much work. So much has been poured into this wonderful 3-day event. So how can they get a hold of you?
That's her area.
Okay.
You can get a hold of us via email at info@speakenglish5.com, or you can follow us on Instagram at speakenglish5 or at Socials with Espresso. And in the Instagram pages, you will find the link for the event in our bio.
Awesome, awesome. Any last words before, because we're running
Come
out
to
of time?
Synergy 4. You have to come. We have some phenomenal people lined up to mentor and to share their stories. You're going to be motivated and inspired. Please come to Synergy 4.
And it's our 4th event, and it's the best one yet.
Yep.
Yes, please. I'll be pushing it out, and all of us will be. So thank you so much.
Thank you
for
for
all that you
having
do to
us.
inspire
Thank you.
women and
Thank you for having
empower women and love women and edify
Thank
women.
you.
I agree with you. Give me some, girl. Oh, y'all, come on. Just all that and a bag of chips and the dip, right? So we'll see you there, okay? Stay tuned for a New Zealand-born powerhouse voice of Emma G right after Progress Report from Mike Winans.
To my mother, I wanna know have I made you proud. And to my father, I wanna know have I ever been a problem child. And to my pastor, I've been trying to be in church a little more. And to my lady, just have patience, God's still working on me now. I ask for forgiveness from anybody that I may have hurt wrong. I've done, but putting it behind me. There are some things I gotta get right. Loose ends need to be tied up. It's been a roller coaster ride, but I'm gonna hang on. I was thinking the other night, what if my life was being graded? What would it say on my progress report? What would it say on my progress report? I wonder what it would say. To all my teachers, thanks for taking extra time out with me. To my producer, thanks for keeping a young fella on the beat. And to the soldiers, going out there and risking your life for me. And to my lady, just have patience, cause God's still working on me now. I ask for forgiveness from anybody that I forgot to mention. Come and look at my long list. There are some things I gotta eventually get right. To you. Loose ends need to be tied up. It's been a roller coaster turns, but I'm gonna hang on. I was thinking the other night, what if my life was being graded? What would it say on my progress report? I know I've done more good than bad. Oh, I know, but for some reason I feel there's so much room for improvement. So I'ma go find those burnt bridges. There are some things I gotta get back up again. Loose ends need to be tied. I gotta tie it all up. It's been a roller coaster ride, but I'm gonna hang on. I was thinking the other night.
Hello, and welcome back to the Renee Allen and Friends Show. We are live here in the studio, WLVS, the largest online radio broadcast in the U.S. I'm so glad to be a part of this family. I'm so glad to have all these powerhouse women here today. So now we are here with, I'm going to get this right too, it's Emma G, but her last name is Gamagamus.
Gamagami.
Gamagami.
Just like the Muppets. Gamagami.
Yeah.
Gamagami.
No, she's a powerhouse voice. And if you looked on the Instagram or Facebook, you would see that I talked about she has the voice, a combination of Adele, Tracy Chapman, Alanis Morissette.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to hear a little tidbit, but you're going to actually get the first debut of her music video, Superhero. And we're going to spend the last 5 minutes listening to that because it's awesome. So welcome.
Thank you. It's so good to be back.
Yes, you were here singing live last time.
Uh-huh.
You're a powerhouse. I love it. Her voice. I love your voice. So talk about just a few minutes what music means to you and this event that's this Saturday.
Oh my gosh, so many things.
Yeah.
So I started getting into music as because I've got health problems. I was born with hydrocephalus, which means I've had 10 brain surgeries, just quietly. And music helped me get through depression and sexual assault and all these ridiculous things that we go through as women. Yes. And so now here we are with my third single, and it's all about racism. And I wrote this as inspired by a conversation I had in Colorado about the election in 2016. Yes. And it's just my little sort of, this product of hope and love and passion and empowerment and, just trying our best to just stay positive and stay up and band together as a society to hold on a little longer.
In the midst of this craziness,
right?
Racism, bigotry, and all the mess.
Seriously.
I can't wait to hear it. So listen,
I'm super excited.
Who's one of your favorite vocalists?
Oh goodness.
You can say a few.
I mean, Pink, Adele, Trace Chapman, the Fugees.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and I grew up listening to Aretha, and you know,
Oh, yes, God,
just
rest her
rest
soul.
in peace.
Yeah.
No, what is it? Rest in power.
Rest in
I've heard
power.
that
Oh, I
recently.
love
like,
that.
Yes, rest in power, Aretha.
Yes.
So yeah. So I was blessed to be able to grow up with hard rock and pop music and blues and just this beautiful cacophony of genre to create this craziness that I do now.
Yes. Well, you're a ball of energy. Look, beautiful. I mean, just beautiful. You just have the what? I know y'all want to know, so I'm going to ask. What is your heritage?
So I was born in New Zealand, but my father's Fijian. My mother is American. Her mother's Norwegian, and her father was Persian.
Come on, well, they made something real pretty.
Here I am.
Yes, girl. You know, hey, whether you light as white or dark as night, we all have the different spectrums of soul, right?
Yeah.
But you're a beautiful spectrum.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
So listen, before we close out and let them hear your video for the first time anywhere, y'all, okay? Give them
International debut.
Yes! Just give them like 30 seconds of your voice because I did tell them you're going to perform live. I'm sorry.
Sorry, my bad. Okay.
Come on,
Strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly.
Oh my God! Bravo, bravo! And she was. Look, I said she was going to perform live, but she wasn't prepared. But you are such a great soul. So did y'all hear she went through several brain surgeries and all kinds? She went over that real quickly. This is a woman who has a lot of things to do for women, and you are starting with this song "Superhero," and I love you for that.
And you can always check it out in my story on my website, emmagmusic.com.
Yes.
Super easy. And,
EmmaGmusic.com. Yes, please support her.
Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
be in touch and share love.
Yes, and on that note, we're gonna debut. Come on, let's do it. We're gonna debut her song for the first time anywhere in this world on the Renee Allen and Friends Show right here at WLVS. Superhero by Emma G.
What's going on?
Hold on, she's so much talent. Hold on. Who are you? You're not the mayor of this city. Hold on, no. She's showcasing her. No, she's showcasing her talent to us. If you don't like it, you can keep going. No. She is showcasing her talent to us. You're not the mayor of this city. You don't run up and over here. If you don't like it, you can keep going. You can keep going. Seriously, nah. You can keep going. Go ahead.
If I could wish away the pain, I would. If I could throw it all away, I would. I'd be the voice of sunlight on a midnight train. I'd bend over backwards to push away the pain. Inside this madness we rise.
from this burden, I would. If I could help you feel deserving of everything good, I'd be the voice of passion in a world so cold. I'd bend over backwards to change this mold. Inside this madness, we rise. Inside this madness, we fight. When the angels open their eyes, how their hearts break to realize all of the mistakes we made at what price. Where's our superhero tonight? If I could free you from this pain, I would hold on so tightly. If I could be your superhero, yeah. Where the angels open their eyes, how their hearts break to realize all of the mistakes we made at what price. Where's our superhero tonight? Where the angels open their eyes, how their hearts break to realize all of the mistakes we made at what price. Where's our superhero tonight?
Be your own superhero. See you next week. Awesome.
Thank you.
Miss Renee Show. Hey, Miss Renee Show. Where we